Evening, folks. I had to do another video today. Um, I'm a little bit behind the times, admittedly, because I don't have internet, or sorry, I don't have cable television. I do have internet. That's all I have. And I was roaming around and saw a little snippet of Megyn Kelly doing an interview. It's a number of weeks ago now, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, in conjunction with the release of a new book, Settle for More, I think it's called. Apparently, it's trash. Um, I've seen just a few, 3 or 4 reviews on the book, and nobody has said anything good about it whatsoever. But anyway, at the time in this interview, she's being interviewed by one of her cohorts to stir up a little excitement regarding the release of this new book of hers, and it was absolutely astounding. And so I just had to do a quick video on it. Where she's claiming to this gentleman interviewing her that Donald Trump was thrown softball questions by other reporters she knows, um, that were in the tank for Donald Trump, President-elect Donald Trump. Um, and just when I was watching it, I'm going to paraphrase her here to a degree, but I think if you find the clip, if you look for the clip yourself, you'll see that I'm not really exaggerating how she handled the interview. But anyway, she makes this claim that oh yeah, it's true. No, there were reporters that were in the tank for President-elect Donald Trump, and they were throwing him softball questions while trying to make it look real serious and all this kind of stuff. And so the guy interviewing her says, "Oh really? Well, who were these reporters?" And she says, "Oh, I can't say that. These were off-the-record conversations, but I have my sources, along those lines." And then backs it up by saying, since then, I've had even more sources confirm it for me. So believe me, this is what happened. And I couldn't believe it. I thought, how is this woman getting a $20 million a year contract? Like, I hope you people out there that still have cable television realize you're paying for this woman, right? You're paying for this rubbish. And just as soon as she said this, the first thing I thought of was like Bigfoot and UFOs. This is how you hear people that are releasing a book on Bigfoot talk. Where they make the claim that they know that Bigfoot is out there, that Bigfoot really exists, and the interviewer says, "Really? Well, how do you know?" "Well, I have my sources, and they've told me." "Well, who told you this?" "Well, I can't tell you because it's off the record, confidential sources, and I can't betray their trust. But since then, I've had other sources confirm for me that Bigfoot is out there and could be in your backyard at this very moment. So, believe me, Bigfoot is out there, and you can apply the same thing to UFOs, where, the person being interviewed for their new book on UFOs makes the claim that no, UFOs are really out there and they're flying above your head every 5 minutes. And the interviewer says, "Really? How do you know?" And the person says, "Well, I mean, I've got my sources inside on the government, and they've told me that they've even collected some of these UFOs and they've got them in a hangover, or in a hangar, I should say." And the interviewer says, "Well, who are they?" And the author says, "Well, I can't tell you that. They're confidential sources. But believe me, it's been confirmed since then, and there really are. We've got UFOs in a hangar, you know." And so, I'm just thinking to myself, here we are, Megyn Kelly with Bigfoot and UFOs. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, I need to do a video pointing out how here we are at a time where these people are all the ones talking about fake news. Uh, Broadly speaking, in the corporate media, pushing the meme that anything on the internet is fake news. And here's one thing that I've noticed that's happening way more in the corporate news media these days, is they're always citing these sources, these mysterious sources that they can't say who the source is because they'd be betraying a confidence, making it look as if they're ultimately trustworthy because they're not betraying their source, but you can trust me, you can believe me, I'm Megyn Kelly after all, or whoever it may be. Um, So, I kind of like to point out to people in the independent news media on the internet, cite your sources, you know, um, give references, give citations. Where are you getting this information from? And a lot of people do a great job of doing that in the independent news media. They do a great job of citing their sources, um, and just I just had to point out what a phony this individual is. I think she's a complete fraud. I don't think she has any sources on anything. Give us your sources. Give us your sources. And if you're not going to give your sources, and you're going to go on the people out there that you're speaking to trusting you, well, I don't trust you, Megyn Kelly. I don't trust you at all.